One of the first things you'll want to do is pick out a tank for your axolotl. The general rule is 20 US gallons for one axolotl and 10 additional gallons per additional axolotl. And because footprint is also important, around 2 square feet for one axolotl and 1 additional square foot per additional axolotl. Next, you'll want to pick out a filter for your tank. There are many different types of filters to choose from. One of them is the internal filter. They are inside the tank, they take up a little bit of room, and they also do pose a risk of increasing the temperature of the water. There's also sponge filters, which are inside the tanks as well, and are powered by air pumps. There's also canister filters, which work by pulling the water out of the tank and then filtering it and pumping it back into them. There's also hang-on-the-back filters, which are also known as hob filters. They usually have cartridges that come with them, with carbon inside and then a sponge. These usually should be replaced with foam. As you can see, most of my hob filters have sponges shoved in there. They last longer and they do not cost as much, and they also do not need thrown out every month, which kills your cycle. It's important to make sure that the water flow is not too much for your axolotl, so you can find creative different ways to stop the flow, such as loofahs and putting things in front of the outflow. There are many different types of filter media that you may choose to put inside of your filter, including foam sponges, polishing pads, bio rings, bio balls, and activated carbon. Next is the fun part, picking out your decor and your hides. Every axolotl needs a place to hide, so when picking out your hides you can use aquarium approved Decor and Hides, or you can use simple things like PVC and pots, as long as they are made of aquarium safe materials. The most important part of keeping a healthy and happy axolotl is the water. Almost all tap water contains chlorine, chloramines, and heavy metals. You should be testing your water regularly to make sure your water is safe for your axolotl. API test strips and all test strips in general are trash. Instead, I recommend the API Master Test Kit for freshwater or any other type of liquid test. The pH of your water should be between 7 and 7.4, although anything above 7 is considered good. Ammonia should always be at 0, nitrite should always be at 0, and nitrate can be around 10 to 20, but once it hits 40, you should do a water change to remove it. There are many different things you can feed your axolotl, but I mostly recommend pellets for axolotls and earthworms or night crawlers. You'll also want to buy a thermometer to make sure that your water is always at 68 degrees or below, and always above freezing. Instead, you may use sand, bare bottom, fake grass, tiles, slate. Axolotls are highly sensitive to light, so it is recommended you turn those lights off and never keep them on for a long period of time. Because axolotls cannot tolerate light, it is recommended that if you do decide to use real plants, that you do use low light plants and cold water plants.